Hello, everyone. Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. Greenland is going to become a very hot topic here in the near future as Trump attempts to break up the BRICS nations. And Greenland is actually part of that plan, even though Greenland really isn't part of the BRICS or really applied to be BRICS. But what he is about to do, what I believe, he's going to offer every citizen a certain amount of money to get them on board with coming over to America. And I'm curious what everyone here thinks about that. The reason why this is going to help stop BRICS is because Greenland has a certain amount of natural resources that are very intriguing. And of course, as I pulled up this video, I completely lost my spot here. But what I wanted to show you was a chart of the Bank of Greenland. I should probably pull it up live. Stock chart. And what you're going to find is that it's exploding. I want to say it's up 33% in the last, here we go. Bank of Greenland, the stock is jumping up pretty fast. It's up, 27% in the last month, and I believe it's like 33% in the last, week. It's because they are preparing for a cash buyout, and they're expecting their citizens to all of a sudden be flush with cash and deposit it with their bank. Greenland is very important. Venezuela and Colombia are a direct hit to the BRICS nations because of their trade, right? Greenland also has natural resources, rare earths, gold, oil. Some of it's hard to get to, but it's because of who was behind wanting to go get it. I personally believe that it is imperative that we secure our boundaries. That's my personal belief. Type one if you believe, type yes or no if you agree with that it is important for America to secure its boundaries for possible future attacks. I believe that Greenland holds a very key piece of infrastructure, not only for rare earth minerals, but also for defense from countries trying to invade or do something to America from the European continents. Now, this is going to absolutely enrage Europe, because I believe that the people of Greenland are going to see the light. And if they're able to strike a deal that says, hey, look, obviously no more taxes, that kind of stuff, but America has a lot to offer, way more than Denmark can. And what people need to realize, and I would like to just throw this out there, if there's anyone from Greenland watching this video, do me a favor and put it down in the comments and what you personally think about this idea that Trump may offer all citizens cash and what it would be like to become part of America. Because I think that America could bring in the infrastructure to provide better paying jobs and all of that stuff just for the people of Greenland. But also they would be known to be much more safer, because at a certain point, with the cost of gold, silver, rare earths going up, copper's going up, everything's going up, countries are going to start to look to specific countries that don't have good defense, and they're going to want to go and attack. I think it's really important that people understand where we're at. Colombia and Venezuela are a direct attack on the BRICS because of the amount of trade they already have set. And China has been infiltrating South America for decades, trying to get in there, and the amount of money they're putting into infrastructure is incredible. And it's just a matter of time before their military builds up right on our borders more and more and more. We got to secure that. I actually believe that pretty soon, in the next year or two, we're going to see Mexico and Canada line up with America. I think that's going to actually happen. I think that the Canadian citizens are going to start figuring out that Europe is not their friend, that they have been actually under the thumb of the European nations for centuries, and they are not going anywhere. You're not going in a good spot. And I actually have a feeling after the next economic downturn, you're going to see that line up. I wanted to bring you this information about the Bank of Greenland because it shows that right now in 2026, America is taking over this continent. We are about to see some violent moves. Hopefully not physically, but I'm talking about violent in markets, all kinds of markets, from equity markets to precious metals to base metals to rare earth metals. Everything's going to be shifting. We're already seeing the power of those tariff policies play out right now on Wall Street and how the deficits are collapsing. This is incredible news. Oh, for every business owner, I just want to remind you, there's 1 day left to sign up for the Business Tax Accelerator Program and the coaching calls. They start Tuesday night. But I want people to understand how important it is because there's so many opportunities coming. There's going to be some up markets. There's going to be a lot of down markets. Remember, all of these pattern shifts are happening. These cycles, economic cycles are shifting right now as markets are at all-time highs due to inflation. That's it. The stock market is at absurdly high levels. And I say absurdly high because PE ratios are horrific. These are not bubble territories, bubble popping territories. Use the .com inflation of the stock market and burst as an example. You need to be on your toes. And I want to remind people don't like to hear this. When their gold and silver is running up, first off, pay your taxes on it because there's a trap set for you by the IRS. Pay your taxes, right? Don't believe anyone when it says it's tax-free under certain circumstances. The only circumstance certain metals are tax-free is if they're in specific tax accounts, but go talk to your tax professional. They don't want to hear that precious metals collapse in price when equities do as well, okay? Because that's a liquidation event. And again, I'm going to remind you, to everyone holding gold and silver right now, there's plenty of silver out there, okay? Don't believe all the hype. You can go buy silver online for spot price. Shoot, you can go buy it in pawn shops for $3 or $4 over spot. That is not a physical run right now. We're nowhere near it. This is a paper run that's being perpetrated in China, okay? And all China needs to do is smack that down, changing their futures and their contract rules too. I hope you got something. No, screw it. I know you got something out of this. You're going to see the President Trump offer the citizens of Greenland money to entice them to join America. Get ready. This is going to be a bumpy ride. The Economic Ninja is out.